Welcome to another session of Clearing Our Implants. Well, we will not only heal ourselves, we will heal the world. And while we're waiting for everyone to gather today, we would like to ask those of us that are here already to please participate in a very brief meditation. And what we're going to be doing is visualizing the entire session today, as well as all participants surrounded in beautiful white light for protection and optimum healing. So let's just take a moment and visualize the session and everyone involved surrounded in beautiful white protective light. Okay, and welcome back to another English International session of Clearing Our Implants. Well, we will work together to crack the matrix. Thank you so much for being with us today. I'm excited to be here. My name is Deborah, and I am a leader with Sisterhood of the Rose Planetary Network, and you may know me from my interviews with Cobra. I took a bit of a break. I was rather ill, and I would just like to take this moment to thank everyone who sent me beautiful healing, love, and light. I would like to thank you all so very much for your healing energy and prayers that you sent. I could feel it. It made a big difference. I am healing today, doing so much better. Feeling a little tired still, but I have a fabulous team with me today, and they've graciously offered to help me out a little extra today. So let me take a minute and have them introduce themselves to you. Hello, Felipe.
Hello, Debra. How are you? Very
Great.
good. My name is Felipe, and I support the sessions in English and also in Spanish. My website is es2012portal.blogspot.com, and I am coming out to you from Germany, the north of Germany, and for all the people who are German speakers, I say willkommen. Thank you.
Thank you, Felipe, for all of your wonderful work that you do for the light. And hello, May.
Hello, Deborah. Hello, everyone. Good night. Well, I'm May. I'm part of the Sisterhood of the Rose and Victory of the Light for Spanish speaker teams. And here I'm part of this beautiful team, like as a technical support. So, well, enjoy the session. Thank you very much. It's very nice to be here.
It's wonderful to have you here, May, especially assisting with the technical side of things. Very much appreciated. And we invite our audience to say hello to us in the chat and tell us where you're from. And now we're going to have Cindy say hello to us. Hi, Cindy.
Hello, everybody. I'm Cindy from France. I represent the Prepare for Change Network. I manage the French Wheel of Mass Meditation website, and I participate in the French and Clearing Implants and English Clearing Implants session. And thanks for being here to help us to hack the matrix.
Yes, that is what we are doing today, is hacking the matrix. Thank you, Cindy, for all the work that you do. And let's say hello to Hanneke. Hi, Hanneke.
Hi, Deborah. Hi, everyone. I am Hanneke from the Netherlands. I am an Earth Grid keeper and a light grid worker. And I mostly work on the background, keeping the energies high and doing a lot of trauma work with people individually. And I welcome you so very much to this session again. I'm very happy to be here again with you all. And thank you for joining us.
And thank you, Hanneke. Hanneke does beautiful healing work, I must say. She helped me a lot over the last 6 weeks or so. So thank you so much, Hanneke. And now beautiful Augie with her lovely goddess presence. Could you say hello to us? Hi,
Yeah,
Augie.
hello. Hi, Deborah. Hi, everybody. We are very glad that you are all here. I'm from Hungary, and we are guiding the Hungarian Cobra team, and also doing We Love Mass meditations, and Sisterhood of the Ropes. So thank you.
Thank you, Augie, for being with us today. And again, we thank our audience. We have, wow, I'm just looking where everyone is from. We have people from all over the planet joining us. If this is your first time, we welcome you so much with such big open arms today. We're going to be doing some powerful work. And for those of you who are attend on a frequent basis, we wrap a big hug around you. We thank you so much for your commitment to doing this very, very important work. So thank you for being with us so much. Okay, so let's just talk a little bit about what we're doing today with our session. The first thing we're going to do is a brief explanation, about 5 minutes, sharing with you what are the implants. This is great for the new people and a good reminder if you've attended before. Then we're going to do some preparation exercises. These will prepare us for the very important clearing work that we will do toward the implants. We will do a protection protocol meditation. We will invoke command 1221. And we will also be calling in our I am presence, as well as invoking the goddess. So we will be in a very good place then to then move on to the core exercises. And these are the actual exercises that work to begin to dissolve the implants. We will do a contracts cancellation, and we will do the 2 very important triangulation exercises. One is called I am God, and one is called Sex is Love. And we will explain those more as we go later in the program. And then we will wrap with your questions, your comments, and your sharing. So we invite you at the end. We'll have a little discussion and share some of what you all have to say. And today we're going to be offering an extra meditation for anyone who would like to stay on. We invite you to stay on with us for an extra 15 minutes. We are going to be doing the meditation for peace for the Russia-NATO situation that is still escalating, and it's a very timely meditation, so we thought it would be wonderful while we are all gathered here together for us to do that meditation. So we do invite you to stay on for an extra 15 minutes at the end to do that. And so now we first, let me just remind everyone for this is an international audience. And if English is not your first language, we do have all of the exercises translated into the languages that you see on the screen here. And to find those translations of the exercises, you can go to victorialuminous.fr/clearing dash implants. So, and the team will put we'll put that link in the chat as well. And it's also in the description. So, now let's begin the program. We are going to start out with an introduction of what are the implants. And for this section, Felipe is going to be helping me out for a few minutes, and he will explain what the implants are. So thank you, Felipe.
Thank you, Deborah. All right. So we are going to start talking about what are the implants. This is extremely important information that we all need to understand in order to proceed to the rest of the session. Approximately 25,000 years ago, dark forces took humanity hostage and created quarantine on Earth. And they created some sort of reality, a control system that we usually refer to it as the Matrix. So, implants are one of those means of control that the dark forces use to maintain the matrix. They are programmable crystals that continue to be put into the mental, astral, and etheric bodies of every human upon incarnation. These implants create a space time black hole anomaly, thus confusing human mind and emotions. Every person has three primary implants, and we will describe next. Each implant holds belief systems that limit our spiritual evolution. Now, the life forces have begun to gradually clear those implants in humanity, and we can greatly help this process by using these implant removal techniques that we are going to show you. And when we work all together, it facilitates the action of the light forces to liberate this planet. So, now, what we have here, there are two graphics that are quite important to understand as well. On the left side, we have what is called the vertical implants. And as you can see in the frontal lobe area above the eyebrows, there are two implants there. So, these implants establish a separation from our own source, from the source, and from the higher self. And effects of these implants are that we have lots of problems trying to decide upon things, that we have survival fears, it blocks our intuition, and it establishes separation and also loneliness. So if we have one of these things, it is quite likely that these implants are working at all power in there. For dissolving these implants, we are going to propose you an exercise that is called I Am God lately during this presentation. And on the right side, we have what is called the horizontal implant. So this implant is 4 centimeters above the navel near the solar plexus. And when people has this, it establishes a separation in between the heart and the sexuality, and separation between men and women, separation between the masculine and feminine energies. So it blocks our emotions, it blocks our creativity, suppresses our kundalini, and creates so much conflict, a lot of conflict that we see in the world around us. And to dissolve this implant, we are going to use one exercise that is called Sex is Love. And these two exercises combined are going to help us to start removing these implants, remove the protections, remove everything that holds those things there. Now we have to remember that upon every incarnation, so every time that we come into this earth, we are reimplanted again to assure that we keep the state of amnesia and lower vibrations. So that is extremely important that we understand that these things must not be there, that we can remove them, and if that's the case, then we are going to start our process to connect with our higher self, connect with the source, and be able to see the reality the way the other people see them as well. So, Deborah, back to you.
Yes, wonderful, Felipe. Thank you so much for explaining the implants. And as he mentioned, it is very important to understand where these implants are and what effect they have on us and how they do, as Felipe told us, separate us from source, from our higher self, and from each other, especially as men and women. So by understanding how important these are, that helps us to really put that much more impact into our work to clear them. I'd like to put out a reminder, some of the guidelines. You always want to protect yourself when doing this work. As Felipe said, these implants have been with us for a very, very long time, and the dark forces use them to maintain the matrix. They do not want these dissolved. So in doing this work, it's so essential that you do protect yourself when doing this work. And that's why the next thing we will do is a very important protection meditation. Um, it's important to also invoke your I am presence. This helps to legitimize the contract cancellation, and that we'll be doing that as well shortly. And you can repeat these exercises on your own whenever you want. But it is very important that you respect this protocol by doing it the way we're presenting it, with the protection meditation and the contract cancellations first. We do record these sessions. Someone was asking about that in the chat. We do record these so you can go back at any time and listen to them and do these on your own. But again, it's so important that you do the protocols as we present them. And if we'd like a little extra information, this is a quote from Cobra. This was actually in my recent interview with him when I was asking him about the impact of these sessions. And he said these sessions have assisted quite much. And I would encourage everyone who is involved in these sessions, if they feel so guided, to continue the sessions, to expand these sessions, because these really are a helpful tool for the light forces to clear the implants faster and more efficiently. What people can achieve by doing these sessions is deprogramming, dissolution of limiting belief systems, and liberation of consciousness. That can definitely be a result of this clearing process. So you can see how important this work is. That's why we do invite you to attend these as often as you can, and even to do these on your own whenever you feel so guided. So let us move on to the preparation exercises. These are the exercises that we do to prepare us for clearing of the implants. So the first thing we're going to do, we are going to play a 7-minute video. This is a very lovely protection protocol. It's actually available on the We Love Mass Meditation YouTube channel in many languages. And we're going to be playing it in English. But if you'd like to find it in your language, you can look for it on the We Love Mass Meditation YouTube channel. But again, all you have to do is sit back, close your eyes, and do the visualization as is guided in this guided audio. So let us begin.
Relax your body, emotions, and mind by focusing on your breath or in any other way that works for you. Visualize a brilliant white vortex of light emanating from your soul star chakra, moving in a clockwise direction downwards throughout your body, purifying the energy fields of your physical, plasma, etheric, emotional, and mental bodies. Maintain this vortex by connecting it to the source of universal light and program it to maintain all your energy bodies purified. Visualize an egg-shaped, semi-permeable mirror shield around your auric field of your physical, plasma, etheric, astral, and mental bodies. This mirror shield allows all positive energies into your energy field, but reflects and bounces all negative energies back to their source. Program this mirror shield to alert you when any type of negative energy is directed your way, and let it reflect it back to its origin. Visualize light rearranging all parts of yourself and all parts of your energy fields back into a state of balance and harmony. While doing this, you can hum the mantra Om, because Om is the primeval sound of light, and its resonance will restore harmony most effectively.
Wonderful, wonderful protective meditation. Reminder that it is available on the Wheel of Mass Meditation YouTube channel. And we do invite you to do that protective protocol every day. Great way to start your day, great way to end your day. So please look for it there. And a reminder too, an extra protection that you can do too is the violet flame, putting a violet flame around yourself. and asking it to transmute anything that does not serve the light. So the violet flame works beautifully too. Okay, so let us move on now to exercise 2. And this is the very powerful invocation called Command 1221. And for this exercise, I am turning this over to Cindy for a few minutes, who will explain what this is and how it works and guide us through it. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Deborah. So each of us is linked to a multidimensional and Pleiadian galactic team who uses Stardust technology to scan us remotely and assist us. And the command 1221 has two main functions. The first one is to help us, to assist us even in case of emergency. And each time you invoke this protocol, your personal team will check your status and help whenever and however they can. And the command 1221 also has a communication function. You can use it to simply communicate with your team. You can make some requests, thank your team, or just talk to them. Now, you have two ways to invoke this protocol. You can repeat it 3 times in a row in your head, or you can repeat it 3 times in a row out loud. It is more efficient to say it out loud. And when you use this protocol out loud, articulate well, feel what is happening throughout your body. And you can use this code whenever you want, every day, even several times a day, even at night. But be aware that it is not a complete and automatic physical, energy, and spiritual protection. And now we are going to let you 1 minute to repeat out loud this code 3 times in a row. Command 1221.
Thank you, Cindy, for explaining that very well. Again, as she said, it's a very powerful command. Visualize your team of light beings surrounding you, protecting you, guiding you through this session and beyond. And while we've all called in our teams together around the planet, I always like to take a moment just to visualize us forming a beautiful circle of light around the planet. A circle of beautiful light of us surrounded by our beautiful light teams, and then merging that light together into a very, very powerful energy that we can send into the light grid. So beautiful work, beautiful work. Okay. Now we're moving on to exercise 3. This is another important invocation in which we will connect to the I Am Presence. And following that, we will also invoke the goddess. So doing these two things together will be very, very powerful. And to do this, I am turning this over to Hanukkah. Thank you, Hanukkah.
Thank you, Deborah. Well, as Deborah said, in this exercise, we will connect to the I Am Presence and then invoke the presence of the goddess to our reality and into our physical body. As usual, we are going to connect to the I Am Presence first. And when we connect to the I Am Presence, we legitimate the contract cancellation that we are going to do in the next step. We all have contracts with the dark forces, but now we can cancel them, layer by layer. And we dissolve the implants in our forehead that are designed to separate us from the I Am Presence and from the source. So we are going to reconnect. Now close your eyes and relax. Take a few deep breaths, breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth, and letting go of everything you do not need anymore. First, I'm going to say 2 invocations, very slowly, so you can repeat them and say them out loud if possible. I call upon the pillar of pure white light to descend upon me and to form around me. I call upon the presence of the I am that I am. I ask the presence of the I am that I am to join and merge with me. Now I visualize and call upon the energy to move upward inside the pillar of light in the direction of higher light through my crown chakra at the top of my head. And I energize my chakras one by one. My 8th chakra, and visualize and see that your 8th chakra is filled with pure white light. It is bright, clear, and shining. Then energize and harmonize my 9th chakra. Energize and harmonize my 10th chakra, my 11th chakra, and my 12th chakra. In my 12th chakra, I meet, merge, and unite with the I Am presence. And then I bring back the presence and imbue my body with the presence from the top of my head all the way down to the bottom of my feet and all the way to the core of Gaia. Keep your eyes closed and relax. And breathe deeply. This time you don't need to repeat what I'm saying. Just relax. Breathe deeply. And visualize a loving feminine presence. A beautiful, warm, caring, tender, and also very powerful goddess descending from the sky and entering your physical body. Feel her presence harmonizing our inner woman and make us more loving. While you feel her presence, visualize that men and women are living in perfect understanding, in pure love, and that our society is living in peace and harmony. Our wounds are healing, and we all have a connection with our soul and the source in perfect balance of our inner male and female aspects. And then stay united with her presence. And while you stay in this energy, I will hand over the session back to Deborah.
Hanukkah, thank you so much. That was so beautiful. I just love the fact that we've added this portion. This is something new for us for 2022, is that we have added invoking the goddess, so we can bring more goddess energy to the planet. And Hanukkah so beautifully led us through that. And I would actually like to thank Agnes for suggesting that we do this. We add this goddess invocation. So thank you, Augie, for that wonderful suggestion. So we hope that you can feel, and you're in a very, very good place. You've connected with some beautiful light beings, and in your I am presence and the goddess. So we are ready to move on to our core exercises, being fully protected and fully ready to go. So the first, let me just explain real quickly about a little bit more about these exercises. For these last 3 exercises, you will need something to write with in paper, because we're going to be actually writing with these 3 exercises. The first one is the contract cancellation, and we will present a contract cancellation to you, and you will be writing it out, signing it, and then reading it out loud to yourself. So we'll give you time to do all of that. And then we will move on to the first triangulation exercise. This is to clear the vertical implant. And you will be writing the words, I am God, I am not God, over and over on a piece of paper. And again, we will explain how that works. And we'll do the same for the last exercise. This is the one to clear the horizontal implant. That's the one above our navel. And we will be writing the words, sex is love, sex is not love. And we will be writing that over and over. And again, we will explain how that works. And so the first exercise that we are going to do, let me just point out, the by doing these exercises just once, so if this is your first session and you're like, wow, I'm going to clear all of my implants today, I have to tell you that unfortunately, one session will not likely clear all of your implants. However, you can have powerful healing. Many people get powerful insights, powerful healing during these sessions. But if you're doing these consistently over time, the effects of the clearing will increase each and every time, especially as the light forces are gaining more momentum for their clearing process as well. So remember, they're working behind the scenes to do the clearing, as Felipe had explained to us earlier. And so by us doing this work, we are really helping them and helping ourselves and helping the planet, by doing this very important work. So let's move on to exercise 4. This is the contract cancellation that Hanukkah had mentioned earlier. As she said, we've all made contracts with the dark forces upon incarnating. And unfortunately, just by living in the matrix, these contracts are renewed, and just by society's rules and all of this. So it is important that we cancel these contracts as often as possible, and especially moving forward into these sessions. So you see some words on the screen. I'll read them very quickly. And then what you're going to do will give you 8 minutes, and you will write out these words on a piece of paper, sign them, sign it afterwards, and then you're going to read it out loud to yourself. So the contract cancellation goes like this: in the name of the I am that I am, in the name of the divine soul presence that I am, I cancel and nullify all my contracts and agreements in the past, present, and future made between any part of my being and the dark forces. I decree and I command that all consequences of these contracts and agreements are null and void and are completely and permanently erased from my reality. I am now a sovereign and free being of light from now and for all eternity. So be it, and so it is. So be it, and so it is. So be it, and so it is. So these are the words that you're going to be writing down. Then you'll sign it. And then we ask you to read it out loud with as much emotion, as much feeling, as much conviction that you can put into it. Because remember, in the manifestation process, the more we can add emotion to the work that we're doing, that's like the juice that gets things really moving. And it's the same in this aspect. So you want to feel what you're reading. There's some very powerful statements here. So put the power into your words as you say them out loud. So we'll put on some music. We'll give you 8 minutes of quiet time, and you will write the words that you see on the screen, write them out. And again, if you'd like to find them in one of the languages we mentioned earlier, you can do it in your own language. Otherwise, write these words as you see them in English. Sign it and then say it out loud, and we'll meet you back here in 8 minutes. Thank you. And welcome back. I hope you could feel the power of what we just did. And if you'd like to share any of your comments in the comment section of that experience for you, we'd be happy to share it. Jackie shared some beautiful roses with us. Thank you, Jackie. And we would like to suggest that this piece of paper that you just wrote on, that you keep it and refer to it and read it again out loud if you can to yourself. Maybe carry it with you or keep it next to your bed and read it mornings or evenings. So this is something we suggest that you keep with you. So thank you for doing that very important work. Let me share another comment from Joy Thief. Felt lightness in central. I'm not sure what she's saying, but it sounds lovely. The lightness. And we have the central column. Thank you for sharing that. Let's see. Very powerfully felt from the divinity of Ananda. What a beautiful name. And we apologize for the spammers in the in the chat. May's going to take care of those, shut them down. So thank you. And Katie Jane, let's see. So we should not throw it away. No, Katie. This one, the next exercises we do, you're going to be throwing these away. But we do suggest, at least until you do the next session or until you do that exercise again, that you do keep it. So it's up to you. Do as you're guided. So that's just a suggestion. So let me share a comment from Esther. Contracts null and void and permanently erased. That part I began to feel as I said those words and could feel the release. Beautiful, Esther. Thank you so much for sharing the fact that you're able to do the work and feel. You have the feeling that goes with it. That is very, very powerful. So thank you for sharing that lovely comment. Okay. Great. Thank you everyone for your comments and questions. And again, we'll be doing more comments and questions at the end. So let us move on to our final two exercises. These are the triangulation exercises. These are so important. And just so that we have a full understanding of what these are, because this exercise can be a little bit confusing. Because what we're going to do is write two contradictory statements side by side. And remember, I said it was I am God, I am not God, or sex is love, sex is not love. And the reason that we write these two contrary statements back to back like that is it decreases the implant's effects in your mind by placing it in the other polarity. So, for instance, the vertical implants, which are the two above your eyebrows, as Felipe explained to us earlier, these were placed here by the dark forces to create the primary belief that we all have that tells us that I am not God. So when you write I am God and you put yourself in that state, and when we say put yourself in that state, we mean to feel what that feels like. What does it feel like when you write the words I am God? So really feel that. And then you immediately put yourself in the opposite state that says I am not God. And you write that out, and then you feel what that feels like when you write I am not God. You bring your mind into both alternate states, which then begins to dissolve the implants. So you're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with these two statements. And that works to help dissolve these implants. And the same works for that horizontal implant. That's the one above your navel. And this one, remember, was placed here to give us the basic message that sex is not love. And so when you write the two alternating affirmations, you write sex is love, and then you feel what that feels like. And then you immediately afterwards write sex is not love, and then you feel what that feels like. You are decreasing the effect of the implant and it begins to clear. So, again, these are very, very powerful. I hope that makes sense to you how this works. And so we're going to do these last two exercises, and I am going to be turning this over to Felipe, who will be guiding us through it. Thank you, Felipe.
Thank you, Deborah. All right. So, this exercise number 5, we are going to start doing. Remember that these implants that we have on the frontal lobe area above our eyebrows cause different situations. For example, decision-making problems, survival fears, block our intuition, give us separation, and also loneliness. There is no reason why this should be happening. For example, I'm going to take one of them, loneliness. If we are connected with our higher self and we are connected with the source, then we are connected with everything else in the universe. How come that we can sometimes feel lonely? All right. So if you feel lonely, entonces then we should understand that this is some product of those implants that we are going to remove. Now, you can use I am God, I am goddess, but especially for those people who think that God or goddess has some sort of religious connotation, they can do I am connected with the source, I am not connected with the source, or something like this. And also, you can use your own language if you feel it is a little bit more powerful. Now, when you start writing these things on the paper, these two contradictory sentences on the paper, then do it with all your might, with all your consciousness, and try to put a lot of effort and intention in these two sentences. When you write, I am God, you can feel completely connected with the source, completely in that state of bliss, in that state of harmony and peace with the entire universe. And then immediately connect with the other side. I am not God, and feel the way it is right now, the situation that we are now. So when we are doing these two things, it's like putting something in hot water, cold water, until it cracks. And this is the situation that we are trying to provide right now. We are going to start removing the protection that the implants sit on top of it, and hopefully start also the removal. And as it is said on this page, the strength of your intention is more important than the number of lines you write. Please pay attention. Please pay attention to the feelings that you have. You can also write your feelings, and this is going to start. This is going to start a powerful clearing, a powerful healing in all of us. And there is nobody else but us that can do this in this way. And this is going to be the most perfect way that we have to start healing ourselves. All right. So let us all together take now 8 minutes and this piece of paper, and let's start this exercise. So see you in 8 minutes. Thank you. Very good. Thank you. I hope you enjoy this part of the exercise number 5. And please let us know in the comments how do you felt about this. Okay, so now we are going to start with the exercise number 6. Let us remember that this is directed to remove the effects of the horizontal implant or the implant that is above 4 centimeters above the navel near the solar plexus. Now, this is an extremely mean implant because we know that the beauty of the divinity with its feminine and masculine attributes is basically removed from our lives by means of this implant. It makes a strong separation. And this is one of the main reasons why there is so much conflict in our world nowadays, because we do not understand ourselves, our essence, and this translates in a society which with lots of imbalance. Okay, to give you an example is basic, like very clear example about how this works. This implant separates the heart from the sexuality. So when a man and a woman come together, they both have different expectations and they see this contact in a very different way. So there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of fighting, and there's nothing very little that we can do about this, with exception of working for removing these implants. So when we remove these implants, we would start to see the reality the way our partner sees the reality, and we can start to heal and to make relationships much, much more special. And all right, so we are going to do exactly the same as we did before. On a piece of paper, we are going to write these contradictory sentences. Sex is love, sex is not love. Now, when we write this, we need to put the strength of our intention. When we write sex is love, we can understand, we can feel, we can imagine, we can perceive the purity, the strength of this sentence. Sex is love, and then when we finish this, we can write sex is not love, and then we also are sending our mind into the opposite. And these two contradictory sentences are going to start dissolving the protection of the implant. Very well. So as it is the case with the last exercise, it is not important how many times we write this sentence, but the intention and the care that we put on this. Right. So we are going to start the music and then we are going to return in 8 minutes. Thank you. right. Thank you for participating until this moment with us. Please remember that it's just because of the minutes on presentation are 8 minutes. We suggest actually to do this presentation for 15 minutes at least. And these exercises, exercise numbers 5 and number 6 for 15 minutes, and to drink water afterwards. Now, the scope of the effects of doing these exercises on the people are greatly vary between people. So some appear to feel a lot, some appear to feel very little. But whatever you do, please also pay attention to your life and how it develops, how as the time goes by, it changes the synchronicities, the new pathways, the people who arrive or leave your life, and all this understanding that is coming to you is going to greatly help you to appreciate the other persons around you as well. We have done a lot of contract cancellations. We have done a lot of exercises that are extremely practical in our lives, and I'm happy to report that many people have already seen a change in their lives, and this is something that motivates all our teams to work together and to continue presenting this information. We believe that these tools are tools that are important for us, especially in this moment of the liberation of the planet. So we are in tune with the light forces. So we work on ourselves constantly, and I like when somebody said something like, if we just pay attention to how many minutes in the day you pay attention to, or you are working in your own things, in developing, in understanding yourself, in clearing your implants and everything. This is a task that um, we can start to do gladly during these days, because it is important that, as I said, we are in perfect synchronicity, we are in perfect tune up, like a good instrument that we are. All right, so this is it. Thank you, and then we are going to continue with Deborah.
Thank you, Felipe. Oh, beautiful, beautiful explanations that you offered and insights that you shared with our audience. So I'm so glad that you did that. Thank you. As Felipe said, it's so important that we continue this work on a regular basis, and continue to bring in the light, make it a part of our daily schedule and a part of our day. I've been trying to, just throughout the day, say to myself, either silently or out loud, I am the light. I am guided by the light. I am protected by the light. Just things like that. So sometimes we don't have a lot of time to sit down and do a 1 hour meditation, but if throughout your day you can just state your connection to the light, even that is very, very powerful. So let's share some comments that people have had. I've had some great comments. Brad had asked earlier, when doing the triangulation exercises, he said, what happens when I make a mistake in my spelling or mix up my words on my contract cancellation? Is my written contract void? Scribble out my mistake, okay, white out, okay, or redo it all again? And then Hanukkah offered a very good answer, because I'm sure this has happened with us. You can repeat this exercise whenever you want. Oops, wrong comment. But this is very good too. She said it will improve your connection with source, and in doing so, your connection with your deepest essence. Okay, let me show there's Hanukkah's response to Brad. She said, scribble out and white out, okay. Redoing it all again, always a good idea, as it sinks into your cell memory better that way. The more you repeat it, the better. Yes, the more it's repeated, the better it is. But again, it is all about your intention. So I'm sure if you scribble something out, that's fine too. Or as Hanukkah said, just rewrite it, start over, and the more we do it, the more powerful it is. Let me share some more comments. Celestial Dragon said, I like the idea of adding, I am connected to source. I am not connected to source. Yes, whatever resonates with you, that is the most important, because as Felipe had pointed out, it is so important that we feel what we're writing, and we're able to feel it, and then also edit it had a different feel to it. And I'll do that too. Sometimes I'll change up. One session I'll write, I am God. Another, I am connected with source. And I love to do the I am goddess. So whatever resonates with you is great. Um, oh, I Eva, you are so funny. I love your energy. She told her little spammer love face, do your implant removal session better and don't push the button here. So thank you for reprimanding our spammer and putting him in its place. That's kind of what we have to do when some negative energy shows up. Just declare it. I don't want you here, and go away and send it to the light. So yeah. Um, Celestial Dragon also said, I also tried love is sex, love is not sex. That's interesting. I had never thought about that. Um, I'm sure if it offers a different perspective, if it allows you to feel into it and feel what that feels like. Um, Here's another one too. Love is sacred love. Let's see. Love is sacred, love is not sacred. And that's beautiful again. Um, and adding another one, sex is sacred, sex is not sacred. So these are all very powerful, I think, using the word sacred. How does the team feel in terms of changing those words as Celestial Dragon has presented it here?
During these sessions, we connect with our higher self by removing the implants. So the more clear the connection with your higher self is, the better it's going to be for your progress, for your personal progress. And so it is on your own. You will take care of yourself, and that is extremely important. What we do, what we give here is a few tools, a few suggestions, so you can take uh, take them, use them, and then refine them for your own purpose. And this is what is going to be the best for yourself.
Thank you, Felipe. Excellent point. Yeah, and I hope that helps Celestial Dragon. Thank you for presenting those ideas as well. I'd like to share a comment from Hanukkah. She said, I've done these exercises multiple times now, and they still get tears running down my cheeks. Must have had many lives as a woman with a lot of sexual trauma. I hear you, sister. That often happens with me in doing the triangulation exercise, the sixth one, the sex is love one, and especially for many of us holding the goddess energy, there probably has been a lot of sexual trauma in our previous lives. And remember, we're also cleansing it for the collective. Um, Sexual trauma for both men and women is prevalent. As I loved what Felipe said about that implant, the one above the navel, that such separates our sexuality from our heart. He had said, he used the word mean. This is a mean implant, just because of what it's done to our society and the havoc that it creates within ourselves and within between men and women. So I thought that was such a powerful description that he used to explain that implant. It's just a mean implant. I love that. So
And it is the cause of so much conflict in our society because, as I said, we do not see the reality the way the other person is, and we are just fixed on our own sensations and our own ideas, and we think that that's the way the reality is, which is not quite right. And as a matter of fact, the more participants of the reality can describe the reality, the better it's going to be for all of us. Yeah? And in this way, we are going to be able to heal and to progress extremely fast. So this is the reason why we are doing these implant removals, because we know that people is getting ready to, like a spaceship, not take off. Yeah.
Yes, we are getting ready. So pack your bags. Thank you, Felipe, for sharing that. The divinity of Ananda has shared, I was led to write both statements: I am God, I am not God, and I am goddess, I am not goddess. I hope that this resonates. Well, if it resonates with you, then it was perfect. So that is, and again, as Felipe mentioned, during these sessions, we just do these for 8 minutes. But if you're doing these on your own, please give it a full 10 to 15 minutes, and then you'll see you may be guided during the session to modify the words a little bit. So just go with that flow. Let's
And
see what.
as a matter of fact, every time that we do this, we will be inspired to tune it up and then do what is perfectly for us. And the more we do it, the more contract cancellation, for example, we do it. We are canceling thousands and thousands of contracts that we do, and sometimes we have to take contracts every day because every time we use money, for example, every time we go to work, we do this. So we are participating basically of the matrix, and in this way we are starting to cancel contracts, and then we will see that our life is going to move into the direction of more connection with the source and more spiritual, and that is what is the aim of all these exercises.
Yes. Um, Unfortunately, just by doing the contract cancellation the one time, as we had mentioned earlier, um, as Felipe just said it, we renew it, just living in our world. So it's important that we do redo this on a frequent basis.
Yes. And the more we do it, I think the more we understand it and the more it's going to start to actually sink into our consciousness. And this is extremely important to repeat something because if we think about this, we are in a society that constantly hammer us some ideas, some negative ideas, whatever it is, pandemics, irradiation, wars, and everything. So everything. So we are programmed constantly, but we are not deprogramming these things constantly. So in this situation, we have to use as much energy to deprogram ourselves and to connect with the higher self, and everything is going to fall into place because when we ascend, when we increase our vibration, we will have the eyes of somebody who sees actually the great picture, and is not going to be no longer be in a situation that is going to be cheated anymore.
Felipe, that was a great point. How you said we are constantly bombarded by programming, as we know, in our world. But yeah, ask yourself, what am I doing to deprogram myself on a daily basis? The programming is so heavy right now, and so it's up to us individually to proactively deprogram ourselves. So again, a big thank you to everyone who's attending. This is a good step forward with the deprogramming process. Andrea had shared with us, just tuned in time. Thank you so much for the guidance. I also like, I am connected to God better. I am so glad he mentioned that. Love and light. Um, awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Andrea. I'm glad that worked for you. And let me share this comment. New life, tie dye. Thank you for guiding this beautiful implant clearing session today. It is my first live session with you. I feel like it has so much more impact when doing this work in community. I love you all. New life, you have made a great point. As I said before, these are recorded and we invite you to do these on your own. But we really, really strongly encourage you, as often as you can, attend these live sessions. Remember, there is power in numbers. That is why we do mass meditations at very pivotal times. And this is very similar when we are gathered together here around this work, around the world together doing this work. Think of the impact it has. So that's why we do invite you to attend as often as you can. And please, please spread the word. The more people that attend, the more powerful it will be for yourself and for the planet. So we do ask you to attend as often as you can, and please spread the word that these sessions are taking place. Um, let's share a few more comments. While doing I Am God, I Am Not God, I felt pain in my forehead. That was by Atusa. And that is, remember, that's where those implants are. So it is not unusual to feel pain in your forehead. And as we've pointed out, it's important that you drink water and detox as much as you can. You know, you're going to throw away the triangulation exercises. You don't need those. Tear them up, burn them, whatever you need to do, and then detox yourself. Lots of water, and maybe even, a salt bath or something. So let's see. Anton always has wonderful comments. Thank you again for being here, Anton. We love you too. Saying to New Life, yes, I'm spreading the love.
Anton also says that mentions that is sick right now, and he hopes that it doesn't decrease the effectiveness. Right, you can do this when you are also more healthy. The situation is what is recommended is to start doing this so we can start getting used to the energies and to the clearing, and maybe you are going to recover faster if you start clearing these implants. And that's what we expect it to do. Yeah?
Yes.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah. I hadn't seen that comment yet because I'm sort of scrolling through in order. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Anton, we are glad that you're here bringing your beautiful energy with us. And we hope that we are, you're receiving some healing benefit as well too. A lovely comment from Divinity of Ananda. Thank you, Deborah and team, for this beautiful exercise. I think this is another Anton that says about the shield meditation. Is it Archangel Michael blue light that's advised to use as a bubble? And I think you're referring to the protection protocol that we do earlier in the program. And I would say do it as it's presented, but if you feel so guided to also call in Archangel Michael's blue light, then absolutely. Sometimes what I do after, I'll listen to that meditation in its entirety the way it is, and then sometimes at the end on my own, I will add a violet flame to kind of seal things, or I will call in Archangel Michael and ask the blue light to be also put around the bubble. I just keep adding to the bubble, especially on days where I feel energetically challenged. If any of you have seen Cobra's report today, he did mention there was a black alert. And generally that can challenge our energy sometimes when that happens. So this is, that's a time where you may want to, add some extra protection. And I feel like Felipe or someone wants to add something.
Well, actually, what we need to remember is to do the protection. Okay, first protection and then the exercises. And if you feel so guided to put blue light from the Archangel Michael, then go ahead. We welcome you to do that. The situation is that people needs to understand that the more we connect with the higher self, the more we are going to be in a position to tend or to take care of ourselves much better. And this is the situation that we expect everybody to reach. We are not doing this because we want to acquire numbers. No, we want to give you the tools so you can eventually be our masters and our teachers again. And this is very important for us. Yeah? And whatever it helps you, perhaps you have an excellent connection with Archangel Michael, then go ahead and use it. And as many good ideas that we feel that we think that they are going to be good, and then we can experiment with them and then see how it goes with us. Always asking for protection from your guides, from your higher self, from God, from the source, and then go ahead for it. Go ahead.
Thank you, Felipe, for sharing that. Stay in your path also said, well said, Felipe. Thank you. Also, thank you, Deborah and the team for leading this. And thank you, Stay in Your Path. You are a regular attendee, so we appreciate you being here and saying that. A few more comments, and then we will move on to our peace meditation that we will be doing at the end. If you are able to stay on for an extra 15 minutes, we will do that together. Again, there's power in numbers. So just a few more comments. Ancient Goddess has told Anton, yeah, as long as it doesn't make you worse, maybe help you get better, which we talked about. And then Katie Jane, I think she was talking about the contract cancellation. Brainwash yourself before the world brainwashes you. Cute comment, Katie. Thank you. Let's see here. I think that's, does anyone else? Oh, Bernard, great team effort. Thank you. And so nice to see you here. Thank you for that. Great. Well, I think that that pretty much wraps up everyone's comments. Thank you so much for your interaction with us today. We love it when you share your feelings, your comments, ask questions, etc. So thank you for that's one of the beauties of doing these live, where we can talk to you this way. So I want to share when our next session is. It will be Wednesday, February 9th, same time at 8 p.m. UTC. That's 9 p.m. Central European time. And for people in the United States, where I'm from, it is 3 p.m. Eastern time. So mark your calendar, spread the word. We hope to see you here next time. You can also get updates on our Telegram channels. These are for Victory of the Light. We have the channel where we make announcements about these sessions and other important meditations and things going on. And we do invite you to the chat, the Victory of the Light chat, a very robust chat there on Telegram. And We Love Mass Meditation. Our friends there have a page dedicated to these sessions. It's under timetable of upcoming implant clearing sessions. And so we do invite you to check out that for updates. So want to share all the love and light from Eli. Eva, thank you so much. It felt so good and powerful, full of light. And Katie says, let's do the peace meditation together. Yes, Katie, let us do that together. Celestial Dragon, thank you so much for your comments. So yeah, it is time to move on to our extra peace meditation. Again, we thank you so much for being with us today. And we do invite you, if you'd like to spend an extra 15 minutes, let's do this together. Let's send some powerful light into the light grid. I love this meditation. It calls in the beautiful goddess energy, which we all know is so important for the situation that is going on between Russia, NATO, and Ukraine. So this is a meditation that right now is on a schedule. People are doing it every 4 hours to help ease that situation. The good news that we have been told by Cobra is that the life forces will not allow a nuclear war to escalate. However, we are still needed to transmute the situation so that it does not escalate further. So let us put our beautiful, beautiful energy toward this situation together. And we will do this for 15 minutes. So thank you for those of you who are staying to do this, and we'll meet you back here in 15 minutes.
Use your own technique to bring you to a relaxed state of consciousness.
State your intent to bring peace and healing to the situation between Russia and NATO. Invoke the violet flame from its primary source to place a circle of protection around you during and after the meditation. Ask it to transmute anything that does not serve the light. Visualize a pillar of pink light emanating from the galactic central sun and then descending down through your body and deep into the center of the earth. Visualize this light flowing through your heart and then through your hands directly to everybody involved in the situations between Russia and NATO, harmonizing everyone and bringing peace. Let the pink light then flow onwards, healing all other conflicts worldwide. Ask the goddess presence, the divine feminine, to direct energies of peace and harmony to all unresolved situations between Russia and NATO and everyone involved in these situations. Let these energies then flow onwards and heal all other conflicts worldwide. Allow these energies to continue to flow through your heart and then through your hands into these situations for a few minutes. Goddess wants peace, and peace it will be.
Yes, Goddess wants peace, and peace it will be. I'd like to thank everyone who stayed on the extra time to do that meditation together. We put some very powerful energy, brought some beautiful goddess energy into the planet, and a reminder that we can do. Oh, there we go. My screen is being a little silly. Okay. That we can do that meditation every 4 hours. You can find all of that information on the We Love Mass Meditation website. And I know that our team, there's a few extra announcements that our team would like to make. Felipe, sounds like
Sure.
yes.
Yeah, so okay, for those of us who are Spanish speakers or have friends who would like to listen to this session in Spanish or want to practice Spanish, we are offering this implant removal session together with a remote healing and cleansing session on Sunday, this Sunday, the 30th of January at around 2100. So when it is 9 p.m. in Spain, we will start. And we also note that there's going to be a spiritual marathon that is going to be mainly in French and is going to be with some passages in English. And this is going to be on the 5th of February at 8:30 p.m. Paris time. We are going to place this information in the chat so we all can have it. And yeah, we will see you next time. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Some very powerful things coming up. And remember to save the date for our next session that will take place February 9th. And again, a big thank you to everyone who has been here today. We value you so much and appreciate you taking your time. And I would like to thank the team too for your beautiful support today and doing this wonderful work. We are all volunteers in this process, and we really love putting time and energy into this, and we hope that it benefits and everyone as much as possible. So thank you again. We will see you next time. A few quick comments from the Adriana sharing Victory of the Light. Esther saying thank you so much. Anton, Victory of the Light. Hope you feel better, brother. Thank you all from Ancient Goddess, Victory of the Light. Beautiful, beautiful comments from everyone. So again, I think that's about it. Yes, thank you.
Big hugs for everybody. Thank you so much.
Yes, I
being
love
fast
what.
Yeah.
Hanukkah said, thank you for your incredibly strong and warm-hearted energies and contribution to the session today. So thank you, everyone. And we'll see you next time. And Victory of the Light.
Victory of the Light. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.